Unlike her high-profile siblings, Donald Trump's lesser-known child was raised far from the glitz of Manhattan. From her childhood to her marriage and growing family, here's her surprising story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. Donald Trump's children have been a visible part of his personal and political life, often making headlines alongside him. But one of his children had a vastly different upbringing, one that set her apart from her step-siblings. While she wasn't as publicly involved with the Trump empire in her early years, her connection to the family remained. Now, after pursuing higher education, finding love, and starting a family of her own, her story has come full circle. When Donald Trump and Marla Maples married in 1993, their lavish wedding at the Plaza Hotel was a grand affair, attended by some of the most influential figures in politics, sports, business, and entertainment. However, their marriage was short-lived, and by 1999, they had officially divorced. While Donald remained at the center of the New York social and business scene, Marla made a dramatic decision. She moved across the country with their daughter, settling in Calabasas, California. Marla, who had once embraced the fast-paced life of New York City in her 20s, wanted something different for her child. She longed to provide the kind of upbringing she had experienced growing up in rural Georgia, one filled with home-cooked meals, watching Gilmore Girls in bed, a trampoline in the backyard, and a sense of normalcy. We loved going to the movies together. That was our big night out, Maples shared. We were always together. She gave me the chance to have a normal childhood, her daughter added. The move effectively made Marla a single mother, though she never resented the responsibility. Her daddy is a good provider with education and such, but as far as time, it was just me, she admitted. Despite the distance, Marla encouraged her daughter to maintain a connection with her father. She made it a priority to bring her to New York a few times a year, allowing her to visit Donald at his office and spend time with him and his wife, Melania. I just said it's important for her to form her own relationship with him without my input. I wanted to create some consistency where she could see him, Marla explained. Donald's hands-on parenting moments were rare but memorable. Marla recalled instances from when their daughter was a baby at Mar-a-Lago, where Donald would carry her around as he spoke to electricians and carpenters working on the club's health spa. However, those early interactions were fleeting, and Marla made sure to document them. I kept pictures for her to prove it, she said. One of the most striking differences between Marla and Donald's daughter's upbringing and that of her step-siblings was the level of involvement their father had in their lives. Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, whom Donald shared with his first wife, Ivana, were raised in the heart of the Trump empire, deeply connected to their father's business endeavors. His youngest son, Barron, from his current marriage to Melania, also had a vastly different experience. However, Marla never wanted her daughter to feel like an outsider in the family. She worked to ensure that she had a relationship with her siblings, even if their upbringings were vastly different. I never let her ever think of them as her half-sister or half-brothers, Marla said. This is your family. It was really important to me. Every birthday, every occasion, always say hi and connect. She remained steadfast in her belief that the relationships between the children should be separate from whatever tensions may have existed between the adults. No matter what may have been going on between her father and me, I wanted the kids to always stay connected and rooted, she explained. Her efforts paid off, and she developed a deep appreciation for her daughter's siblings. I'll always love them. I knew them when they were so young, and I'm so proud of who they are today. They're all fantastic to her, Marla added. As Donald's daughter grew older, the opportunity to spend time with her father and siblings increased. When she enrolled at the University of Pennsylvania, where both Donald and Ivanka had studied, she found herself closer to the family's New York City hub. We see each other as much as possible, and of course, we speak on the phone. I think regardless of distance, I don't think that dictates any relationship strains, she said. For Donald's daughter, the bond with her father had always been more emotional than physical. I really have an emotional bond with him, and he was always just the funniest, most loving father, she explained. I'm so lucky to have parents who are so supportive of me, of each other. That really shows the respect two people have for each other, she added. Being on the East Coast also meant she could spend more time with her siblings, particularly Ivanka, who had taken on a mentoring role. She's able to spend more time with Ivanka, who has been a great supporter, Marla said. Ivanka and her husband Jared Kushner have been helping make suggestions of jobs she can take after school. They've been so kind and helpful, she added. As Donald's daughter transitioned into adulthood, her connection to the Trump name became more visible. She stepped further into the public eye, joining her family on the campaign trail as her dad pursued the presidency. In 2016, she made a high-profile appearance alongside her family during CNN's town hall event. She found out about that when she was out in LA with me for Dancing with the Stars. Marla said she had to be back in NYC the next day. It's like, what is she going to wear? I got a chance to scramble as a mom again and help get her ready to step into that world. I put an outfit I had borrowed to wear on Access Hollywood on her, she added. Seeing her daughter in such a public role was a moment of pride for Marla. I knew she would ultimately have a public life, she said. But watching her sit there in that arena with that much pressure on her and see how she has become a woman, I could not have been more proud of her, Marla added. Yet, what meant the most to her was seeing the sibling bond remain intact. What touched my heart the most was to see her and her siblings all sitting there together, she said. Marla believed that the unique challenges of being raised by a single mother ultimately shaped her daughter into a poised and resilient woman. I think being raised by a single mom helped her learn to keep calm in the eye of the storm, she said. She was with me through every bit of my journey through the last 22 years. I never hid anything from her. She watched me have to go through so much in the media and how I handled it, Marla continued. Now, as she continues to navigate life under the Trump name, Donald's daughter carries with her the lessons she learned from her mother. Now she's able to step in there and be her true self who loves her mother and her father and her family. I couldn't be more proud of her, Marla said. Tiffany Trump, now 32, grew up largely outside the Trump spotlight, but as she entered adulthood, she embraced more of her family's public life. Her mother proudly celebrated her daughter's achievements, taking to X, formerly Twitter, in 2016 to mark her graduation. Tiffany went on to pursue a law degree at Georgetown, as noted in her Instagram bio, further proving that she was determined to carve out her own path. By 2018, Tiffany's personal life took an exciting turn when she began dating Michael Boulis, the son of a wealthy Lebanese family with business ties in Nigeria. The couple met at Lindsay Lohan's club in Mykonos, Greece, and their romance quickly blossomed. 2 years later, in January 2021, according to reports, Michael proposed in the White House Rose Garden with a $1.2 million diamond ring. A year later, Tiffany shared another life milestone with the world. In November 2022, she married Michael in a grand ceremony at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida. She later posted snapshots of the occasion on Instagram, calling it the most magical day. Despite the public nature of her wedding, Tiffany has remained relatively private about her relationship with her father. Over the years, rumors have circulated about possible tensions between them, but she has actively shut down speculation. In January, she took to Instagram to commemorate Donald's second presidential inauguration, sharing, "As we witness the inauguration of my father as the 47th president, let's embrace the power of unity, innovation, and hope for a brighter tomorrow. Together, we are stronger, ready to face the challenges ahead and build a future that reflects the best of who we are, the post continued. In October 2024, Tiffany's father made a major announcement regarding her growing family. While speaking at the Detroit Economic Club, Donald revealed that Tiffany was expecting her first child with Michael. During his remarks, he acknowledged Michael's father, Dr. Masad Boulis, who was in attendance. He happens to be the father of Tiffany's husband, Michael, who's a very exceptional young guy, Donald said. And she's an exceptional young woman, and she's going to have a baby. So that's nice. Although Tiffany has not yet addressed her pregnancy publicly at the time, a spokesperson confirmed the news, making it clear that the former first daughter is preparing for yet another life-changing chapter. From her childhood in California to her legal studies at Georgetown, marriage to Michael, and now expecting her first child, Tiffany has navigated life under the Trump name with grace. Despite speculation about her relationship with Donald Trump, she has publicly shown support for him, proving that, no matter the distance or differences, family remains at the core of her story.